Everyone, this is Robert at English 360, and today we are doing the Cambridge exam practice. First certificate mainly. If we have time, we'll also do the CAE. And if you are preparing for the CAE exam or the first certificate exam, you will need to prepare for the part 3. Part 3 is the one where you have discussion with another student. So that means you're talking about a topic, and it's really important that you nail that right, because there are certain things you need to know, and we will cover those right now. So as you can see, there is a sheet on the screen. I hope everyone can see it properly. This is a topic. It's mainly about commuting, which means traveling. So you have five different aspects of commuting, and you're supposed to discuss these with your partner. And when your partner comes out with an idea, you're supposed to say to your partner whether it's a good idea, whether you agree with that, or perhaps you want to ask him a question, that why do you think so, or why is that a better idea? So these are all things that need to happen in part 3 of the exam, which is the mutual discussion. And in the exam, there is an assessment criteria, which is actually 2 assessment criteria, which are communicative achievement and interactive parts. So communicative achievement is being able to talk to the partner and being able to keep up the discussion. And interactive communication is being able to have a solid discussion. So let's start and let's see how that goes. So let me introduce my students. They are Emiliano, Grace, Federica, and Angelica. They look very glum, but they're not really normally that glum. Normally they're very vibrant and smiling. Hi guys, what's up? You want to introduce yourselves? Emiliano, go ahead.
Okay. Hi, I'm Emiliano. I'm 25. I'm studying for the FCE. English is very important, and I will go studying abroad, so it is fundamental for me.
All right, good. Next.
Hi, I'm Grace. I'm 17, and I'm studying for the advanced, the CE2. And I think that English is very important, so for this reason, it's important also to study it. So that's all.
All right, next.
I'm Federica. As Grace, I'm 17 years old, and I really just like to study for the advanced, because I think that English will help me in the future with my work. And yeah.
Fantastic. Next.
Hi, my name is Angelica. I'm 25 years old. I'm studying for the first certification, and I think that the English language is important, especially for my course of study, that is chemistry and pharmaceutical technology.
Fantastic, lovely. Nobody said English is fun. Not sure why that is. The English is important for my future. I have to do it. No, it's actually quite fun as well. So let's get started. The first question is, why might people choose to commute this way, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you each to talk about one of the points from your own perspective, of course, for about 20 seconds, okay? 10 to 20 seconds. So don't talk more than that, because we want to have a discussion. And the next person who speaks will actually latch on to what the other person said by asking a question or agreeing or disagreeing and then adding more information, okay? So let's start with Emiliano, who's first in the line.
Okay. So probably people might choose walking because it is a kind of healthy choice, and also to stay in shape. It's very good.
Right. Let's go ahead to next one. Grace, what do you think?
Yeah, I totally agree with Emiliano. So walking is a healthy choice, but I think that, for example, bus and tram in Italy are the worst services in Italy. So I think that the best choice walking or, for example, carpooling.
Right. So I'm just going to interrupt you now.
Yeah.
Something I actually forgot to mention. You can, when you finish what you're saying, you can talk to your partner and say,
Okay.
don't you think so? Or what do you think? Or do you agree with me? You know, some kind of hook to get the other person to start, okay? So let's move on to Federica.
Yeah, I think that people might choose driving because, yeah, in general, people are really lazy. So, what do you think about it?
I think it's Angelica's turn.
I'm agree with Federica because I think that people prefer to drive. For example, I prefer to commute with by car because I don't like walking, and
And that's it, really. That's it. Yeah. So this is the first round, okay? The first round is the one where you need to warm up. Now remember, you can say more deeper things like walking is a very difficult thing to do, especially when it's raining. People in the cities don't really want to walk very much because of the smog, and it is also dangerous to cross roads. So there are several factors. Yeah, don't just base yourself on a superficial level. Go analyze the question a little bit more. So while your partner is talking about it, you think of other aspects that you can bring in, you know, make the conversation more useful. So perhaps talk about other factors that your partner has missed. And you don't always need to agree, because if everybody agreed in life, what a boring life it would be. Yeah, it's like, yes, imagine husband and wife. Yeah, they're agreeing with each other all the time. Oh, hello, darling, how are you? I'm fine, very much. You know, and it's every single evening. There's always disagreement in life. So you can disagree politely. You can say, well, you know, I'm not really sure if walking is such a bad idea. I quite like it. You know, disagree politely, but disagree sometimes. Because if you always agree, examiner's going to think, oh, what are these guys? They always agree, you know? This is not real life. In real life, people don't always agree, unless you do, which is perfectly fine. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Bus or tram? Let's start with Grace.
Okay, so yeah, as I already said, bus and tram, I think that it's a difficult way to move on the city. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so it can carry on carries you on by the whole city, but in this period, for example, in the pandemic period. A lot of people there are a lot of people in this public transport, so that's a problem.
Stop there 1 second. Ask somebody a question, Grace.
Yeah.
So you can say, don't you think so? Or, you know, something like that. Ask the next person a question.
What do you think?
You can ask a question like, don't you think so? Or isn't that true? So that's a closed question, okay? Mm-hmm. So you get a yes or no answer. If you ask, what do you think? It's like an open question. So it might work in some occasions, it might not. So sometimes ask an open question, sometimes ask a closed question.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So I don't know, Emiliano, do you agree?
Yeah, I agree, but I think that bus and tram can be a solution in in big cities where the traffic is a problem. If you move by by driving by car, you probably would get stuck in the traffic. So
sorry, Emiliano, if I'm interrupting. Here is a chance for you to introduce your own personal example, if you have one.
An example
from your own life, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, for example, last week I was stuck in the traffic for at least 2 hours. If I would have taken the buses, probably I would come home in 45 minutes.
Yeah, good. Well done. An example makes the story real. If you just talk in general, it's lots of philosophy, but people get bored of philosophy, right?
Okay.
So whenever you can, bring in an example of your own. You can say, look, only last week, if I had taken a bus, I would have got home much quicker, or whatever you want to say. Great stuff. Okay, let's talk about carpooling. So, Angelica, do you want to jump in with carpooling?
Carpooling?
I think car sharing.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
Car sharing.
Okay. I think that carpooling is an alternative way, especially for people that live in another city or another country different from their country, and they don't have a car, or for example, is important when the transport system is closed.
Okay, that's enough. That's about enough. You need to speak for about 10-20 seconds. If you're talking longer than that, you're taking up too much time. So you can say, yes, carpooling is a perfect way of transportation in other countries. Remember to introduce different tenses, like present perfect. You can say, I've never carpooled, I've never rented a car, I've never been, I don't know, what else is there, on a train. I'm just giving you an example. Or like, I used to do a lot of walking, but not anymore because I've become lazy. Yeah. So little examples of different tenses is always good. People change, right? When you're not the same as when you were 15. Well, Grace is, because that's only like 1 year ago. But Emiliano isn't, I think. Am I right, Emiliano?
Yeah.
Yeah, so life changes, right? You probably used to walk around a lot more than what you do now.
Absolutely.
Oh, so you could say that, you see? You need to say that, because that makes it better quality as language. Do you know what I mean? Federica, your turn. Go for driving.
Okay, excuse me first because I had to jump out.
No worries, don't apologize.
Okay. About driving, I'd like to say that through cars you can really reach places that are far away from your home, and I think that really you can use car even in sunny days or rainy days, so it could really be the best choice for traveling.
Okay, so I need an example, Federica.
For example, if you have to reach the place of your job, you can really just...
No, that's not what I mean by an example. Like, example from your own life.
Oh. For example, to reach the university, my sister every day just drives, and she really can arrive to another part of the city.
Absolutely. Okay, guys, I'm going to change the topic because we are running out of time. It's quite good. Okay, it's quite good, but I just need to make sure that we get one more in. So if I can work this up, I will definitely do it right now. Where are you at? What's the hardest part for you, by the way, in this type of exercise? Let's start with Emiliano. What's the hardest part, Emiliano?
I think that probably jump between different type of sentences of tenses. So using different kind of grammatical structures, you know.
Okay.
To show to the examiner that I know that. So this.
Yeah. Does anybody know how you zoom on Mac? Damn. Oh yeah, I know how to do it. I'm doing it the wrong way. No, I lie. I don't know how to do it. Anybody's got a Mac?
Yeah.
Can you see the picture by the way, can you see it?
Yes.
Can you make out what's there?
No, at all.
I knew it. There's got to be a glitch somewhere. So I'm going to try again, okay? Just give me a second.
Okay.
How's that?
Much better.
Perfect.
Fantastic. So now what I want you to do is to ask each other questions like, what are they called? The question tags. For example, the last topic was walking, yeah? Like the commuting in general. So you can ask a question like, walking is fun, isn't it? Or driving is very hard in big cities, isn't it? People hate driving, don't they? Do you remember the question tags, right? You studied them. Yeah?
Okay.
You did? I'm not getting a resounding yes. Did you study them at school? I'm still not getting a yes. Do you guys know what a question tag is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
This is the time to use it.
Yes.
It's like when you buy an expensive jacket. Well, this is the time to put it on. So remember, you just repeat the verb in the sentence. Driving is difficult, isn't it? People hate driving, don't they? Whatever. So let's start where we started with Emiliano last time round. We're going to start with Grace. Grace, go for it. Grace, why would these ideas attract more tourists to the town? Building a large nightclub. Really? Okay.
So
you can disagree or agree. You don't have to agree. You can disagree totally if you don't want to.
Yeah, I don't think that would attract tourists at all. Yeah, of course, for example, building a large nightclub, it could be a choice, but I think that, for example, people move from a place to another, for example, to see also artistic things, such as, for example, museum and I don't know.
Fantastic. That's long enough. Can you just repeat the first sentence you said, Grace?
I forgot.
Go on, make an effort. Try to remember the first sentence. I don't think people would something.
Yeah. So I don't think that people would be attracted to these things. Okay, so
Stop there. Just add a question tag.
Okay, so
I don't think people would be attracted to a city because of a nightclub. Question tag? Would they?
Okay, would they?
Are you reading the word, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, would they? Would they really, Angelica? Do you think they would? Angelica, you there?
Yeah, okay, yes. I think that I am agree with Grace, and I think that the
Sorry,
building
Angelica. She asked you a question. She said, "Would they?" So you need to reply to that question. So you need to say something like, "No, they wouldn't," or "Yes, they would," something like that.
why the building nightclub attract more tourists? No.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think about security cameras?
I think that putting up security cameras is not idea that attract more tourists to the town. No? I think that.
Okay. Let's move on to Federica.
Yeah, I think it's a right idea, but I think also that putting up security cameras could really make a place or every place safer. For example, this point could be ideal for families, isn't it?
Yes, I totally agree. I have to my turn.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So yes, I totally agree about this. A safer city is surely a more attractive place for tourists.
And stop, and then move on to the next point.
Okay, but I think that building holiday flats could be a more interesting choice. So tourists can rent these flats when coming home.
Okay.
Town.
Again, if you can give an example, remember when you tell a story, it's always a good choice. Think of a city with lots of building holidays.
Yeah. Okay. For example, in Chircheo, there are a lot of these houses near the sea that are only for only habited during the holiday, so the summer holiday. So I think that probably would be a great idea.
Right. Having more shops. Who wants to talk about that?
Okay, so it's my turn. And so I think that probably having more shops would increase, for example, the number of tourists. For example, I know that in the south of Italy there are less shops. For example, the big, for example, Gucci, and so for this reason there are less people, and so I think that it could be an option, right?
Yeah. Look, it's kind of okay. A good discussion. Ask questions. Ask yourself, how many times did you actually ask questions to your partner about their opinion? Why they think so? Why do they have that opinion? Ask yourself. If you didn't, then it's not a proper discussion. It's just opinions. I'm saying my opinion, and I'm just saying I agree with you, and you're saying your opinion, and that's just opinion. You don't get very high marks. You get good marks, but you don't get very high marks for not engaging with the other partner. You really have to engage. Let me give an example. Okay, let's start. I'll jump in. Okay, I'll jump in. So it's not fair because I'm a teacher, but I have to help you out. So I'll start with providing parks. Okay. Right. I can tell you that some cities are famous for parks. So it is likely to be an eye catcher. If you say a city has lots of parks, then some people will travel to that city. I'm not sure how many, because in the end, once you've been to one park, you've seen them all, haven't you? They're all green, they all have trees, aren't they? Aren't they all the same?
I don't think so. I think that parks can be very different one another.
What makes them different in your opinion?
Yeah, the kind of different kind of trees, natural animals that you can find in. A park in Japan would be totally different to a park in Rome, you know.
But would you go to a city because it has so many parks?
Yeah, probably it wouldn't be my first choice to.
I rest my case.
Yeah. Okay.
I win. No, I'm just joking. So that's what I mean. That's how you need to engage. Do you understand what I'm saying? You actually have to be a bit passionate about the topic in your conversation. You can't be placid. You can't be cold. You can't be insecure and think to yourself, "Oh, I don't want to make a mistake. If I say something, oh, I'll make a mistake. Oh, what's the examiner going to say? Oh, he's going to kill me." No, it's a conversation, for goodness sake. In a conversation, you make mistakes, but what is the important part? That you're interacting. Yeah, it's interaction which counts. So let's increase that, I would say. I have time for one more, I believe, because we are running out of time. Let me just take this off. I'm still struggling with the setup. Okay, so does it make any sense? Maybe we should do one more where we can take this a step further. What do you guys think?
Okay, for me.
I mean, one more
It's okay.
in the coming week or so.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
So if we can take it one step further, you know, we can make it. Maybe you just need some time to get used to the format. It's not easy to have a conversation, is it? I'm just trying to find the right one. Okay, so which one are we doing? The one with the kiddos. Let me know if you can see it well enough, if you need it blown up a bit more.
I
Is that
can't
okay?
read a word.
Okay.
Okay, so not this one, forget it. Not this one either. I'm going to do something else. This one is better. Sorry, my bad. Share screen. It's not easy, trust me. Okay, now let me know if you can see it well. Yes or no?
Yes. It's
Yes.
better. Oh, yeah. Perfect.
Goodness, guys, get a pair of glasses, will you? Get glasses. I can't see that well. I need to wear my glasses. I'm the older one here. You guys can't see. Okay, right. This is not part 3. This is part 2. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to talk about it, and next time we will have more time to do part 2 as well. So you get 2 pictures, and you get a question. In CAE exam, you'll get 2 questions, okay? But the beginning is exactly the same. Did you get me? Okay, so basically, you answer the question. At no point will you describe the pictures, because that's not the question. The question doesn't say, describe to me what you can see in the picture. The question says, why have these people chosen to shop in these places? So what can you say? You don't actually have to do the whole task. Everybody can say one thing, and like that we can share the burden, okay? Let's start with Emiliano. Emiliano, what would you say?
Okay, so the first picture shows another market, while the second picture might be a supermarket. So people in the first picture maybe might choose this one type of shop because they want fresh food instead of the food you can find in the supermarket. Probably a person that go to the supermarket might choose this kind of shop because for the price, for the convenience.
Okay, let me stop you, Emiliano. The first thing to say probably is one sentence which introduces the whole topic. Okay, just one thing before you start explaining and answering the question. Just say one small sentence to introduce the topic. What is the topic?
What?
What is the topic?
Why the people choose to shop in this place?
Yeah, well, that's a question. That's not the topic.
Okay. So the topic is food.
Grace, hang on. Grace wants to say something. Go on, Grace.
Yeah, maybe the different kind of shops. Yeah,
okay. Shopping. Angelica, do you think it's shopping for what? Shopping
Yes,
for clothes?
the different choice that the people do when they buy food.
When they buy what, sorry?
Food.
Yeah, exactly. So the topic is buying food.
Okay, so right? I had to okay, say food. So okay.
Well, something a small sentence could be something like, people buy food on a daily basis.
Okay.
Okay, or buying food is part of our lives. Something very banal, something very straightforward, nothing out of the book of Homer or Socrates or Sophocles or whatever. Something very simple. Buying food is part of our daily life, right?
Okay.
And then you can say people buy food according to their preferences in terms of convenience, quality, price, etc. Right? So, and then you can talk about the pictures.
The first sentence is general to the topic.
Well, introduce the topic.
And then...
Okay. I didn't know.
So if, for example, the question is about sport, you can say everybody does some kind of sport, or most people do some kind of sport every day. If the question is about environment, like why some people like to walk while other people like to drive, you can say we all have to move around in the city.
Okay.
So it's one sentence that helps.
Okay.
Right. What would you say? What would you add to this, Grace?
About a different kind of...
What would you say in terms of the answer to the question? Why some people want to go to the supermarket and others to the marketplace?
Yeah, okay. So I think that, for example, the supermarket haven't got always sorry.
Okay, so how are you going to get out of a problem like this in the exam? What you can say is, what I'm trying to say is, and you start again.
Okay. So what I'm trying to say is that, for example, in supermarket, as we can see in the picture, we have each kind of products. So, for example, bread, but also eggs. But it's not always
Fresh?
No, I don't know how can say
Okay,
that.
let's take Angelica for a minute. Angelica, can you carry it on?
Yes, I think that there are many different reasons because why people decide to go to supermarket or to go to market. First of all, people choose the supermarket because it's open all day.
Very good.
And
Very
every
good.
day.
Angelica, I'm going to stop you. Well done. I like this. Many reasons. First of all. Secondly, it's very organized. When you talk like that, people understand it. People appreciate what you're saying. Yeah? It's a good way of explaining your reasons. If you can put them in a list, it's always a good idea. If you have 2 or 3 things, just like Angelica did, just do that. You'll be safe. Last, Federica, go for it.
Yeah, I think that people might choose the supermarket because, firstly, we know that the supermarket has each kind of product on the shelves, but also because of the lower prices that we can find in the supermarket, and of course the price are higher on the market. But I think that the food that we can find there is genuine.
Absolutely. Right. Guys, it's been a pleasure. It was very good, especially because when you do this in front of people, like you do it on YouTube, it's harder. It mimics the exam. In the exam, it's a bit like this. You're under a bit of stress because you don't know the people, you're being judged, etc. And this is good practice. If that's, I think that's it. We're gonna have to call it a day. We can catch up probably next week again, if you like. If you have any questions, let me know because we'll be in touch anyway at this period. So great work. I'm really pleased. I think we've gone from here to here. We need to go up there and up there, but we will. Right, Emiliano, when is your exam, by the way?
The 4th of December.
Okay, we've got one more to do before you do the exam.
Yeah. Yes.
Absolutely. Okay. Guys, thanks very much for joining in. Thanks very much. I shall see you soon. Okay?
Yes.
Take care.
Okay.
Bye,
Take care.
everyone.
Bye.
Please.
Bye.
Bye.